Singh is a visiting fellow at the Washington Institute and former NSC Director for Middle East Affairs. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Lester.
Talk to me, if you can, about what the roadmap is here. Now, the military has essentially seized control. There's going to be this council. Is there a model for what comes next, the road between now and elections?
Well, let me just say first, Lester, I think that it's a very exciting moment. And for those, just speaking personally, for those of us who have worked on the issue of freedom in the Middle East, this is just a remarkable moment. And I hope that it shows folks here in Washington that our values and our interests are not necessarily, don't need to be in tension, that we can stand with the side of protesters and we can gain as a country. The roadmap is unclear. It's an exciting moment, but it's also one of uncertainty and anxiety for the United States, for the Egyptian people, and for others, because it's not exactly clear what the roadmap will be. It sounds as though this military council is effectively suspending the Constitution. Egypt's not operating according to its constitutional procedures right now. It sounds like they're suspending the parliament and dismissing the cabinet. It's not clear now what the mechanism for governing will be. We would hope that it would be inclusive, that it wouldn't simply be the military, but that the members of the opposition would also have a voice in what's going to happen now in the coming days. We would hope that the emergency law would be lifted now, as Vice President Biden and the President have called for. That emergency law, remember, is essentially what gives the Egyptian state its police state powers. And so we'll have to see what happens on those counts going forward here. And I'm sure that now the White House will move into a mode of pressing this new governing mechanism, the military council, on those issues.
I know that the administration has been very careful, walking a tightrope all the way along, making sure they continue to say the Egyptian people will guide this process, at the same time keeping in mind the vital U.S. interests in that part of the world. Are American fingerprints going to be found on what's happened here? Has the U.S. kept the proper distance?
Well, I think that we ask, well, to what extent has America been involved? To what extent is this a military coup? We ask about the Muslim Brotherhood. But the fact is that this didn't originate with any of those forces. This originated with the youth of Egypt, organizing themselves using social media. And I think that should be patently clear to everyone. This doesn't have the fingerprints of anyone on it except those people in Tahrir Square who are now celebrating. I think that there will be a role for the United States now going forward. It's hard for the United States to exercise influence in the midst of a crisis, when we're simply reacting to events on the ground. Hopefully now things will enter, with President Mubarak's resignation, a calmer phase, a more stable phase, in which the U.S. can, for good, exercise our influence in terms of helping them design a process leading to free and fair elections, helping to ensure that it's an inclusive process, helping them to make the technical decisions they need to make to set up a democracy.
Michael Singh, I thank you.